restart here. Again, 10 laps to win it all. Remember, too, that Bill Elliott was saying earlier he might have the little problem with his transmission.
His car's coming in.
10 laps to settle it all for $200,000 and the win in the All-Star event. Green flag. They're basically 2 by 2, but as they come to the stripe, Gordon's got a car length lead.
Father Blackman shook his head. It was a good start. Jeff Gordon has a good lead coming off turn 1. And right now, Bobby Labonte has got by the 88 car.
1 lap gone, 9 to go. Mr. Gordon has set sail.
Gordon, that last lap, 177 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour faster than Bobby Labonte in second spot.
And the reason we're not showing you Jeff right now is because ain't nobody else near him, folks.
No, he's gone.
Nobody.
I'm going to tell you, that's got to be a wonderful feeling to have that much race car. And Jeff Gordon made no mistake about it. When they went back into high gear, 24, look at going down the back straightaway. You're riding with the leader of the Winston. Down into turn 3, you can see nothing in front of him but racetrack.
He's got 1 2/10 seconds on those behind him.
Here's why. Look at this. Look at this steering wheel, buddy.
Yeah, that's down the straightaway now. We've got to look at him earlier in the race, and his hands are virtually still through the corner. They still look pretty good. I'll
He's
tell
in
you.
the turn right now.
Yeah, there it is. That'll do it right there.
That's hero material right there. Ray Evernham has to be proud. He's done a wonderful job of setting his car up. And you know what? Every time you come to Charlotte, that 24 is out front.
Yep.
Only Davey Allison, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon have won this event more than once. Jeff Gordon twice, may well be thrice.
Yeah,
Here in about 2.5 minutes time.
Yeah, he's also won the Open. Boy, for a kid his age, he sure is rewriting the record book and putting his name all over it.
Well, unless something happens to old Blacker. That's the car Blacker right there.
They ought to call that the magic Blacker. That car has done things that other race cars, if you build one that ever even comes close to that, you would have to use it every chance you have.
Oh, he has. He's won, what, a dozen, 13 races with that thing?
You know, Bobby Labonte and those guys, they look like they're catching Jeff Gordon to me. Bobby Labonte will take over second spot. What a drive. Jeff Gordon has it.
Jeff Gordon has broken on the white flag lap. Jeff Gordon has broken on the white flag lap. They are racing for the win here in the Winston. They're racing for the win in the Winston. Mark Martin leads. Bobby Labonte is second. They are coming to the checkered flag.
Eli, I told you they were catching him. I noticed it. All of a sudden, Jeff Gordon was off.
Maybe the engine miss he talked about earlier has struck. Mark Martin wins his first career Winston.
Unbelievable.
Remarkable. And Jeff Gordon's car limping at maybe 20 miles an hour around the racetrack. Mark Martin has won, and Ray Evernham cannot believe what he's just seen. Glenn?
Well, we'll ask him, Ray. Did he say what happened?
Says it's acting like it ran out of gas, so I don't know. I find that hard to believe, but we'll have to find out.
Anything to do maybe with the miss that was going on?
Don't know. Really don't know exactly what happened there. Honestly, don't know.
Okay, thanks, guys. They're just mystified as we are. Unbelievable is the key word.
Holy cow.
Did it look like a runaway for Jeff Gordon? Last lap, the car just dies.
Shared it with us here on TNN Motorsports. Jeff Gordon, unbelieving as he heads to the hall line.
Jeff, good point. And Kyle Busch apologized to his crew, saying in his rush to get onto pit road, he locked up the brake, didn't caution. Car in the wall, turn number 2.
That's a huge break for everybody except Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, because he was about to put Joey Logano, Mark Martin, Clint Boyer a lap down.
We'd have had about 5 or 6 cars on the lead lap the way it was going.
But if you remember, Mike, FedEx Unders.
Well, here's another one for you. The last time that Jeff Gordon led the most laps in a race, Jimmy Johnson won 3 out of the 4 of those races.
30 and 35 laps to go. I think everybody will get 4 tires because we don't have that many cars on the lead lap, and pit road will not be very busy. Oh, the first time when they open it for the lap down cars, it's going to be very congested.
And 4 tires are so good. I think if you leave with 2 or no tires, that's going to be a very temporary gain.
Well, it is. You know, we don't have that many laps on these tires, but where it'll bite you is later on in this run.
That's temporary insanity right there.
What hotel is that playing at?
Welcome to Hotel Insanity. It's down there in the infield.
I think our crew is staying there.
Pit.
Oh, a little bit of a feint, but never mind. Here come the leaders. Krista.
And the call is for 4 tires for the 48. Jimmy saying his run started off good, got a little bit tight. They're going to raise that bar a round and a half. Jack and now said, here we go, boys. Steve?
Well, Krista, we think this is just 2 tires for Jeff Gordon. Slides to a stop just in a nick of time. Little chassis adjustment. And just 2 tires for Jeff Gordon. Matt.
And Casey Kane has started to lose the nose again.
Boy, this is going to get
I
interesting.
don't like this strategy.
We'll find out how good that 24 car is now.
Just 6 laps down currently, but Jeff Gordon, who started on the outside pole and has dominated, leading more than 200 laps in this race, got away in the beginning and got away impressively.
Not to pit. Clint Boyer did not pit. He is our race leader.
And see, under the old rules, until they made the waiver round rule, our leader would be starting mid-pack.
Hey, he'd be starting 20th.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You know, with Clint Boyer up there not coming to pit road, I can't help but think back to a year ago. He stayed out, didn't win the race, but finished second, stayed out late in the race.
Jimmy Johnson restarts 4th. He has 4 tires. Tony Stewart restarts 7th. He has 4 fresh tires. Oh, here we go. 34 laps to run.
He is putting the splitter up under the back of that 33 car and giving him a shove, baby. Holding me up.
And he's going to take it to the high side. Almost made it 3 wide. We may have just given Jimmy Johnson the keys to the candy store.
I think we did. He's got 4 feel goods on there, and he's going to town.
Johnson gets a big run off turn number 4 and sets his sight on the man who has led almost this entire race, his teammate Jeff Gordon.
Could be it right here. Got to be careful down underneath your teammate like that. Don't want to suck up into him.
Well, I think Johnson wants to take advantage of those tires early. He don't want to wait to do it as he turns down under him. They're side by side.
He got
3 and 4.
that car on the outside will pull that one on the inside around every time. Had to get out of the gas.
So Gordon holds the lead. Boyer 3rd, Harvick 4th.
Not surprised.
Jimmy Johnson has tried everything, and this time he got a run off turn number 2, and going into turn 3, Jeff Gordon said no mas, and Johnson has the lead.
Well, he had a dominant car. You told your team you were proud of them. Jeff, would 2 tires, 4 tires, would that have made a difference?
Yeah, you know, I think we just thought more guys were going to take 2 tires, and you know, had more guys taking 2 tires, I think we could have got them. On 4 tires, you know, we had the car, and you know, that's what makes leading so tough sometimes. It's real tough to make the right decision, and that 48 bunch is so strong. You know, you don't want to give them 4 tires and only be 1 or 2 positions behind you. And we fought them off as long as we could, but I'm so proud of this DuPont Pepsi Max team. I mean, we were awesome all day. The car was incredible. The pit stops were awesome, and Steve called a great race all day, and I know he's beating himself up over that 2-tire stop, but, you know, a few more guys took 2, and I think we would have been all set.
When you're in Vegas, 24 is always a good bet.
All right, thanks, Jeff Gordon. The most laps ever led in a Las Vegas race by Jeff Gordon.
Got to get a start, get going, man. Get by Jimmy, you can do it. There's not enough laps for him to get to you.
Yeah, he talks about somebody getting to him. He's talking about the guys on tires. If he's able to get by Jimmy, feels like he'll have a chance to win it. Good chance.
This race had some massive green flag runs earlier in it. One that lasted 129 laps, which is... And the real story at the front of the field, can Jeff Gordon get going in that outside lane? Can he get back down in behind Jimmy Johnson if he can't get around him, in front of Kurt Busch, and have a shot at racing him? And Gordon's car's been better than Johnson's on the longer run today. Does he have enough laps left to get around Jimmy?
This isn't considered a long run here, so that's going. His best option is going to be to somehow try to figure out a way to get his best restart and get to Jimmy Johnson's bumper and try to loosen him up here in these last 10 laps.
Oh, and by the way, we may not be done with the yellow flag either. Had a green-white checker finish here in the race back in April. Here's your restart order. What's going to happen next? We find out together. Johnson and Gordon on the front row, pace cars off.
Gordon getting a big push from Tony Stewart. See if that helps him.
Jamie McMurray 3 wide.
Comes Harvick with those tires. Gordon, big run.
Jeff Gordon to the race lead off turn 2. Kurt Busch to the inside of Johnson. Keselowski through 3 wide on the bottom. They've got to pass Jimmy Johnson and find a way to catch Jeff Gordon. If the yellow doesn't come out, that's going to be awfully tough.
I'll guarantee you, if Jeff Gordon goes on to win this, that he will thank Tony Stewart whenever he gets that opportunity, probably in victory lane if he does that. Because that was the push that got him up beside and kept him beside the 48 to stay right there down in 1 and 2 and then made a huge run.
And it's all helping Jeff Gordon get away. Caution flag is out.
There, yellow's out. I think he got you in the left rear.
Wow, you can see it on his face. If we could see Jeff Gordon's face, we'd see kind of the same thing that Alan Gustafson was showing right there.
Green-white checker, attempt number 1. Contact Gordon and Keselowski.
Coming outside also.
Keselowski to the outside of Johnson for the race lead.
All clear.
Jeff Gordon may have a flat tire. Yeah, he does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4.
We're spinning
Caution
here.
is out. We'll have another attempt at a green-white checker.
Well, who was the leader right there when that caution came? 2 or the 48?
They'll let us know. But talk about a disastrous turn of events for Jeff Gordon.
It was just that choice that he made to go to the outside. Brad Keselowski was ready to go, though, but you can see the contacts, what cut the left rear tire down there.
3 wide.
Matt Kenseth must have seen a lot.
See Jeff Gordon probably not very happy with the 2 car there, maybe. They have a talk with him.
I believe he wants to have a conversation and have it right now.
Yeah, we are with Jeff down here, and Rick Hendrick coming up to give Jeff a hug and talk to his driver. He knows how disappointed Jeff is, given the fact that Jeff, take us through, first of all, take us through the final restart there in the contact.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were sitting there on a little bit older tires. Yeah, I spun the tires a little bit, but I got a pretty decent start. and we went down into one, and I just wanted to get the outside of the 48, and out of nowhere, I just got slammed with the 2, and it cut my left rear tire. And he's just a dipshit, I mean, the way he races, I don't know how he's ever won a championship, and I'm just sick and tired. I mean, that's why everybody's fighting him and running him down, and your emotions are high. That was a huge race for us. We had the car, we had the position. So proud of my team, and I'm proud of Jimmie Johnson for winning that race, not letting that little win that race. Oh my gosh.
The conflict with Brad on pit road. You came out, you pulled on the pit road to talk to him. Tell us about what the conversation was and what happened.
There wasn't any conversation. You can't have a conversation with him. I mean, he beats his own drum, gets himself in this position himself, and he's got to pay the consequences. And I'm gonna race him the same way he races me, but that kind of stuff's just uncalled for, and I'm not gonna stand for it.
What are the consequences as far as you're concerned with him? And should NASCAR get involved, do you think, or is this between you two?
To them, I'm sure it's just a racing incident, but to me, it's just a bunch of crap. I mean, the kid is just doing stuff way over his head, and I mean that's just uncalled for. You're racing for a win and a championship. You don't go slam somebody and cut their left rear tire. So if that's what it takes, then no problem. I can do the same thing back to him.
Okay, Jeff Gordon, his side of the story, and let's go to Dave Burns.
Standing by. Don't agree with that whatsoever.
And Matt, nobody comes with him.
And that's exactly what Dave Rogers said. He felt like if they stayed out, others would peel off behind them. Kyle in his spot slides to a stop. The car beat up but looking strong on the racetrack. No adjustments, just 4 tires, Steve. 2 tires.
Matt, no hesitation in the 11 team. They were going to hit pit road. Mike Ford asking spotter Curtis Martin.
A couple of cars took a couple of tires, and the guys behind him got 4-1.
But you could pass at Bristol.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to pass here.
This is not Bristol.
Exactly.
It's the same length, but that's only similarity.
This is Bristol laid down flat.
So the new leader is Jeff Gordon.
Hello.
Who inherits the lead. And who's alongside? Matt Kenseth. Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano. Then Jimmie Johnson, Carl Edwards. Kyle Busch will restart 8th. Denny Hamlin will restart 9th. So that's row 4 and row 5. And we will have 4 laps to go.
And it's one thing when you take 4 and another guy takes 2 and you're all on pit road. That's one
case of monkey see and monkey don't. The 2 Gibbs cars get tires. A lot of cars take the wave around. Most of them are laps down. So here's how we'll settle it. Jeff Gordon, who has 7 victories at Martinsville, is in position to win a grandfather clock. This track's unique trophy. Matt Kenseth is the one who will try to beat him to turn 1 from the outside. Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, and where did he come from? Jimmie Johnson, now 6th. Carl Edwards 7th, then Busch with 2 fresh tires, then Hamlin with 4 tires from row 5. 4 laps to go. Green flag.
It's going to get crazy.
Joey Logano did not get a good restart. They bottled up behind him. Newman fighting to the inside of Kenseth.
All backed up and nowhere to go. Right. Jeff Gordon all alone out front.
Unless somebody can do something to get up there and get on Jeff Gordon, he's out of here.
Only shot they've got. Somebody's going to have to turn somebody around. 3 laps to go.
Hamlin makes it 3 wide getting into turn 1. Carl Edwards is stuck in the middle.
He's going to make it.
3 wide racing at Martinsville, but we're seeing it right now.
We're getting it done. 2 to go.
They're making it too.
There goes Hamlin to the inside. He'll take the 4th spot away from his teammate Joey Logano. 1.5 laps to go.
Too little, too late.
Going to be harder from here.
Yep.
Matt Kenseth in 3rd, Newman 2nd, Gordon trying to win his.
Kyle Busch is sideways.
More time. Nice and smooth.
That's going to bring
time.
the caution out. Now it's going to get interesting. Very interesting.
Imagine that.
Because Denny Hamlin had made it to 4th, that means he'll start on the outside of the 2nd row on this restart.
Boy, how can you run a great? You just run great all day long. Everything.
That is not what Jeff Gordon wanted to see right there. Tough.
Jeff Gordon's crew reacts to the caution flag. They did not need that, but if you didn't smell it coming, your nose is stuffed up.
Well, I said they were racing 3 wide at Martinsville, and I hadn't seen that for a long time.
And we will have to complete at least one lap, or we'll do it again.
That's right. .500 laps are complete, but with the new rule going into effect this year, we will have up to 3 attempts at a green-white checker. And the controlling fact is whether or not the leader takes the white flag under green. If the leader takes the white flag under green, the next flag ends the race, yellow or checker. If the leader does not take the white flag under green, we'll try it again and again if needed.
Well, and when I look at these guys in front of Denny Hamlin, you just think about it. Jeff Gordon, he only won 1 race last year. Ryan Newman has not been to victory lane since he won the Daytona 500 a couple of years ago, and it's been over a year since Matt.
But first, we have Martinsville to settle as Jeff Gordon looks to tie Cale Yarborough for 5th on NASCAR's all-time win list. Gordon hunting his 83rd victory, and Ryan Newman will start alongside. He was the fastest car in pre-qualifying practice, but Newman had to start deep in the field, 26th. Now has a chance to win it.
Well, this will also be another test for have at it, boys.
The gloves are off.
I think we're getting ready to have at it.
Look how many races since any of those top 3 have been to victory lane.
I would feel good for Hamlin if he was on the inside. I just don't know, unless something happens where he can dive to the inside and get behind Jeff Gordon, then he's got a chance.
Well, Darrell, you said it in the first 100 laps. Short track racing, 8 tires corner a whole lot better than 4.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're into overdrive, green-white checker. And this year we get 3 attempts at it if needed.
It'll be just like Bristol. It's really going to depend on who goes. If Gordon goes, if 11 could get to the inside and get behind Gordon, I'd be a little worried if I was Jeff Gordon.
I think these fans that had to wait to Monday, they're going to get their money's worth.
2 by 2, 2 laps to go. Gordon, Newman, Kenseth.
He can do it. Cut down if he can get down in that hole right there.
Looks like Kenseth's going to shut the door. Gordon walks up the racetrack. Here comes Kenseth to the inside with Hamlin following.
Everybody bumped
Hamlin.
everybody. Here comes Logano. Hamlin inside. Jeff Gordon.
Kenseth overcomes the corner.
9 laps to go here at Pocono International Raceway. You look at Ray Evernham, who is the Western Auto mechanic of the race. Crew chief for Jeff Gordon. Had that car out front most of the day here and has to keep it out front for 9 more laps. Miller Genuine Draft pit crew of the race, brought to you by Cold Filtered Miller Genuine Draft and Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. Jeff Gordon's crew once again, chosen by our TNN panel of experts. And the light is out atop the safety truck, all 7 of them. Lights, that is. 8 laps to go, green flag next time by. And because we have less than 10 laps to go, this will be a single file restart. All the cars in the lead lap first, then the cars that are 1 or more laps down. That will prevent the kind of Rick Mask, Derek Cope in battling in the midst of Rusty Wallace, Kenny Schrader, Bill Elliott that we saw on the last restart, because we are less than 10 laps to go.
3 team cars starting out on the front. I love these single car restarts. When they start back now, you don't have lap over cars on the inside to take that groove away, so it's down to the guys that have earned this spot now in the last 10 laps to show what they have.
Good point. Battling 1 lap down, Rusty Wallace, Derek Cope, Rick Mass, Steve Grissom, Dick Trickle, Ward Burton, Bobby Hillen. Then 2 laps back, Jeremy Mayfield, Ricky Craven, along with Todd Bodine and Bobby Labonte. This is it, folks. 7 laps to race. Jeff Gordon hauls them off the corner. Not yet. Not yet. Doyle says hold it down. There's the green.
Whoa.
He missed a shift?
Something happened to the 24 car on the restart there.
Yep.
Big puff of smoke from Jeff Gordon's tailpipes. Glenn, what happened?
Well, Mike, I'll make my way down to victory lane, but from here it absolutely looked like the engine blew. It's missing real bad. He missed a gear. He did miss a gear. Let's go down to Randy.
Randy?
Just missed a gear, guys, is what they're saying so far. But we're getting a little more information as we speak. I believe he might have got a little valve problem as well. So maybe it's the valve. Maybe he dropped the valve, guys.
When you miss the shift,
exactly right, buddy.
Yeah, when you miss the shift, it really goes up. He probably turned 10,000 right then.
Watch the left side of Jeff Gordon's car right there.
Definitely miss a shift. It's kind of hard to do with a Jericho.
Hey, give a call to Terry Labonte for not running right over top of him.
Right.
Well, Mike, I've caught up with Ray Evernham, of course, the crew chief for Jeff Gordon's DuPont Chevrolet, and you were already elected the Miller Genuine Draft Pit Crew Award. You guys did great work. It's a little bit of a bitter pill to swallow, but you had them covered.
Well, you know, I thank God every day. I'm just happy to be part of this team, and when you got a driver, Jeff Gordon's done some great things for us, and, you know, we're going to make mistakes. Everybody keeps saying championship, championship. You know, we're going to make mistakes, and we had a good car. We feel a lot better than we did at Dover last week. We had a terrible car. This week we had a good car, and we didn't win the race. You know, this is a young team. Jeff's a great little young driver, and we're going to have more days.
Well, they certainly will. They were awesome. This is just a minor temporary setback. You can bet next week at Michigan, and every week after that they'll be strong. Congratulations on the award, Ray Evernham.
Problems whatsoever, but boy, you got to be careful, because Andy, you know as well as I do, that'll blow a tire out.
Yeah, I would worry about blowing a tire and maybe making the car just slip right through there and actually wind up in the gravel trap, you know, themselves.
3 laps to go at Watkins Glen as they flash beneath the start-finish line. Jeff Gordon trying to win here for the first time since 2001.
Jeff Gordon's laying down some of the fastest laps of the race right here.
And in practice here, the last couple of days, he has been slow, not where he wanted to be. They've been changing setups in that car, shocks, springs, doing everything to get to his liking. And they hit on it because he's been fast all day long. If he wins this race, it's not because he's lucky, just because he was good and they had a great car all day.
Sports Center coming up next at the conclusion of these 3 laps here. Great action as Gordon trying to hold off Tony Stewart.
He's got a fast car.
And Jeff Gordon has spun around with 2 laps to go, the leader.
Keep going, keep going. Come on. Come on. Keep digging. Keep digging hard. Right there, come on.
Unbelievable. Turn 1 again. All day long, guys, we've had problem in turn 1. And the leader, feeling the pressure from Tony Stewart. From him. Let's take a look at this replay.
Jeff Gordon's been able to outbrake Tony Stewart into this corner every lap. He just tried just a little too hard right here.
Guys, it appears another classic case of wheel hopping getting at the corner. You see the rear end jump around, wheel.
And Jeff Gordon just climbed from his car walking down pit road. Obviously a heartbreaking situation. What happened?
Just driving hard, you know, just overdrove it into one. Pretty much same thing that happened to Tony earlier. You know, we're just right on the edge there.
Truck 2.
And the braking zone getting into one, and just stupid, you know. I mean, I know I had to push. Tony was really good, and I wanted that win really bad. And I know points don't mean anything, so I pushed, and I pushed too far.
Well, guys, not much more you can say. Obviously, a very disappointed Jeff Gordon.
You got to hand it to him, guys. He went for it.
It's just win or lose for him and his team.
Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
One laps to go. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, 0.8 of a second as they work a bit of race traffic.
Hear that music? Da 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 da. I tell you,
Is that what you hear coming out of Jeff Gordon's
That's what I hear
car?
coming out of 24 car. He's sitting back there saying, about 20 to go right now. Might be time to turn it up a notch.
Well, on the stopwatch, Darrell, the difference between those cars is hundreds.
Still there.
Now Johnson gets into a mess of traffic, double wide in front of him. Opportunity Gordon as Ambrose and Biffle are side by side. They are not racing for position. Biffle's a lead lap car. Ambrose is 2 down. They'll have to settle this so Johnson can get by. Now what about the 3rd place car, Steve?
Trouble for Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mike. Steve Letarte just said lift.
They've just told Jeff Gordon the same thing. You need to save fuel. Wow.
You know what I'd be telling him, Larry? Don't tell me that now.
No, you needed to tell me that when I left pit road. all of these drivers pitted with 137 laps to go.
Yeah.
And after they pitted, we ran 5 caution laps. And here, it's a huge ratio as far as caution to green. I believe on what I found out in the garage area this morning and yesterday, I don't know that they're as close as they think they are, especially with the race pace where it's at.
Maybe they're anticipating a green-white checker. Maybe, you know, some overtime. Maybe that could get you into trouble. But if it goes the distance like it looks like it's going to, should be fine.
15 to go now. 15 laps, 7.5 miles left to race here. That's about 1.5 gallons, almost 2. The 3 cars that took the wave around earlier, Marcus Ambrose, Joey Logano, Brian Vickers, they have since made pit stops, the 3 of them. So keep an eye out for them because they're on fresh tires and they're flying, trying to get to the finish of this one.
I'm a lot like that guy driving that 48 car. I'm looking in my mirror and I say, man, he closes, then I get away. Then he's there and then he isn't. But if he ever gets there, I say woe be unto the 48.
Yeah, the last 2 laps, he's chopped about 2/10 off of that lead. In fact, it's down to about 2 car lengths right now.
Doesn't he have hungry written on that car somewhere?
Oh, yes. Drive to end hunger. Half a car length the distance now. So close, Darrell, and yet so far.
Yeah, but I tell you, the man, the master, he's after that 48 car.
And we've talked about if one of these drivers can get this win, it'll be Hendrick's 200th win. When you look at those 2 drivers, they have 140 of those 199 wins. I have to believe that there's really a bit of an ego. I want to be the driver to get that 200th win for Rick Hendrick.
And I mentioned this earlier, but all those 200 wins, should they get this one today, are Cup wins.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with Nationwide, Truck, or anything else. All Cup.
Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin, who ran so well up near the front, has faded back to 9th place. But mark these words. In 3 of the last 4 Martinsville races, the pass for the win has come within the last 4 laps of the race. Will we go 4 for 5?
I don't know, but I'm getting nervous.
Wouldn't
I know
doubt
that.
it. Be 9 to go this next time by.
How much did you lose that the other night with that lottery ticket?
No, I got it. I doubled down on Kentucky and I got it all back.
Oh, okay. All 640 million.
Yeah.
Good. Good job. You're buying.
Now our leaders have fairly clean racetrack in front of them. Next driver up there is Martin Truex Jr. in the 56. Right now, Martin's the 11th place driver.
And when I tell you, you cannot look back. If you start looking back to see where Jeff Gordon is, you'll lose time on a little track like this. You'll miss your mark. You'll make a mistake. You can't look back. We got a car slow down the back.
Yeah, Rudiman slowed up in turn 2, Darrell. He might have cut down a tire. He's going to try to limp around to pit road.
He tried to get there that time, and there was just too many drivers, too many cars coming by. He couldn't get to pit road.
Rick Hendrick has always said there are no team orders at Hendrick Motorsports. Each driver, each crew chief, each team is out there to win, no matter who they're battling for the win.
Well, they're going to get ready. There's going to be a battle. Something's going to have to give between these 2 cars. They're going to have to figure it out.
6 laps to go.
Hello, I'm here. Yeah.
2 of the best in the business. Gordon looks inside. Johnson gives him just enough room, but gets the drive off the corner and keeps the lead. 5 laps to go.
That's where Jimmy in that 48's been so strong, Darrell, over these last 100 laps off the corner.
Yeah, and he'll give him that inside getting in because he knows he's got that good line coming off. It gives him a good shot off the corner.
And a huge traffic jam ahead of them right there.
All right, now you see
bump.
Now you see Jeff Gordon. What he's trying to do now, he's going to get that run off on the high side and then dive down right here.
Rudiman has 2 flats. He may not make it to the pits. They are side by side for the lead.
This is where Gordon will pack it down into turn 3 right there. I think he'll get him right here.
Starter has the caution in hand. No, that's the passing flag. Rudiman has stopped and we're under yellow.
Caution's out.
Now the drivers that were close on fuel, this is not what you wanted to see right here. I have no idea why David Rudiman did not go to the pits a while ago. I mean, no sense in that.
He drove right by the pit entrance over there and kept going.
Jeff Gordon. Now watch for the caution light in the upper left of your screen. Now there the light comes out. However, it is not the position of the cars at the moment of caution, except to end the race. It is the last line they crossed of the scoring loops around the racetrack that determines the restart position. And the scoring is showing Jeff Gordon as the leader.
Yeah, Gordon was pretty much the leader all the way through in three and four, coming down here to get the caution. So I think he definitely was the leader of the race.
Chad Knaus on the right with the 48. Alan Gustafson with the 24. One's thrilled, one's not.
Well, if we saw the third crew chief, Steve Letarte of the Hendrick camp, he's thrilled to death with that caution because it gives him one more shot with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Tony Stewart.
24 staying out, Mike, and Alan Gustafson just told Jeff Gordon they are 5 laps to the good. Jeff said, how much do you need? He said, no, 5 laps to the good, just playing it safe.
Dale Jr. running. David Rudiman has been called to the NASCAR hauler to meet with officials after the race for bringing out that caution and not pitting. Pace car is in. First attempt at a green-white checker. Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson at the front. Clint Bowyer and Brad Keselowski trying to steal one here. Green flag.
Look at Ryan Newman. He gave Bowyer a shot getting out of the turn. There goes Newman. Newman's going to take the lead.
That's exactly what I knew would happen.
That was not pretty. Let's look at this. Probably the best view is from above. Let's watch them come to get the green. Gordon inside, Johnson outside.
These two cars on the front, they got old tires. They can't get going. These two cars behind them have got fresh tires. They can take off, man. And this is what happens. Bowyer blocked Newman, shot him down in there 3 wide. There you go.
And as they all get dusted up, Newman gets the lead, and Allmendinger comes out second with Truex third.
If they would have only done what I suggested, that would have never happened.
Jimmie Johnson comes down, racing Gordon into the corner, but Bowyer already has the low groove, and there just wasn't room for 3 cars in that small a space. And now they're going to have to line things up before we can restart again.
Now I'm not so sure.
Here's what Jimmie Johnson had to say.
What in the hell went wrong?
That's a good question.
Jeff Gordon, who was in contention to win this race until that final caution came out. You went and talked with Clint Bowyer. What did you say?
Well, Clint and I are friends, you know, and I asked our driver, and I'm glad I talked to him before I talked to you guys because I was pretty mad at him. And he said he got hit from behind, you know, from the 39, and I heard that from my team as well. You know, I didn't get the best restart, so when he first showed his nose down there, I thought, okay, you know, but we'll make it work. But he came through there with so much speed, there was no way, and, you know, I had nowhere to go. Jimmy had nowhere to go, and it was pretty unfortunate. You know, I didn't want to see that last caution. Man, we had such a great battle with the 48. And he's so tough here, you know, and to be able to even get up beside of him, and I had to rough him up a little bit, but, you know, I felt like I had the position to get the lead. And our car was pretty good on entry right here. His car was better on exit. It was going to be an interesting race. So, you know, that's just the way our year's been going, and it can't go like this forever. We're just going to keep working, keep bringing race cars like that, drive to Hunger Chevrolet right there, and we'll be fine.
Thanks, Jeff.